episode 7 of It's All Black and White. A bit of a different start to video from me today. Usually you see me well before the game give my thoughts, but it is 2:10. I've had a hectic and busy morning, so only just heading off the ground now. I'm going to pick George up. I have seen the team news. Jatta is missing with concussion protocol again after feeling dizzy. Can we remain unbeaten, or can we even get a victory against, a very, very good Gillingham side? All be revealed. Come on, you pies. It's still kick off. I think the uni students are in the city because parking is shocking. But it's a big game. What do you reckon?
Yeah, massive game, really. As big as it gets, I think, at this stage of the season, isn't it? First or second, two teams that have obviously been doing well. I'm just excited to see George Abbott, to be honest with you. I've seen he's starting today. Not seen him play yet, so I've heard a lot of good things, so I look forward to that.
Yeah, I've been thinking about, how they're a good side defensively. They carried that over from last season, but now they've got that threat. And we spoke, didn't we, on the channel? And I know I've already mentioned in this video of Jatta. So he's not in the lineup. For you, where's that battle won? I don't know if it is up front. I think it's got to be on the wings.
Yeah, I think you're right, to be honest with you. I think a lot of our threat comes from the wings, doesn't it? That's where I think we're probably strongest, to be honest with you, when we've got Jones on point. So yeah, I think you're right. I think it will be one of those.
Right, we'll probably have to get a bit of a jog onto the ground, and then it will be time for kickoff.
Minutes into the game, Abbott has picked up a yellow card already. He's just sort of kept one back on a player that left somebody on him just a minute ago there. So a little bit of frustration in and there. It's a little bit end-to-end at the minute, really. No side really getting a grip on the game, but it is still very early.
11 minutes gone. They've caused a few problems, more than many other teams have done this season, so it's obviously a step up in opposition. As George already mentioned, a yellow for Abbott, which is not ideal, but their left back is also on a yellow card, so it'll be interesting to see how that plays out when he's got Mark Jody. Yeah, team's still trying to sort of figure each other out, but I'd say they've broken our lines a little bit better.
Really well worked. Chance there from NOTTS, the best chance of the game by far. It's fed through, crossed over to Cerula, it falls perfectly to him, really. He just puts too much on it, and it skies it over the ball into the family stand. It's exciting though. It's a really good chance, really nicely worked. Just needs to be a little bit calmer, I think, on the tee.
We've hit the post twice. I think Jones' shot goes flying from like 30 yards out, hits the post, it comes out, and Cerula's just got to tap it in. He's hit the post. Oh my goodness me. Another big chance for Cerula, but also two massive opportunities for NOTTS. I think I said off the post, I think it was actually a save for Jody's first effort on the other end then. We give too much space, Dizzy gives it away. I think it's one of their centre backs comes up with a good effort. It's a decent height for Bass, but it is still a good save. They've got a corner now. It is a little bit of an end-to-end game.
Great chance for NOTTS. It's so frustrating. It's fallen to George Abbott. It's sort of bounced off the back of Goldrick's head. Hit the defender, fallen to Abbott, but he's just sort of fluffed his lines a little bit. It's gone about a foot wide of the post. It's so frustrating because they've had some really good chances early on now, and I hope we don't regret.
We're looking really good. Noise is loud in their lane. Couple of chances have just come. But yeah, 35 minutes in, I'd say we've had a good 80% of the chances in this game. We've got free kick now. It looks like Crowley could whip into the box. Be great to get on for our time, and at the same time, keep it tight, keep a clean sheet, because they are bound to come out second half with a bit more attacking threat than they've got now. So we've got Jones over it, we've got Crowley over it. Shame Jatta's not in there with his size to be that aerial threat, but we've still got people in there, like some Matty Platt, Jacob Bedry. Deserve the goal. I think Jody might take. Yeah, he is. Straight into keeper's hands. All of that for nothing. Oh mate, that was
cool. 1-0 to Gillingham. We're about 10 minutes of added time away from our time. I can't lie, it was a fantastic goal. Really nicely threaded through ball. Finds their striker. I'm not sure who it was that scored. Dribbles it round Bass and just taps it in. It's a shame because they've had some really, really good chances so far in the game. And they've had really one good chance and they've taken it.
Half time, NOTTS 0, Gillingham 1.
not sure how we're losing. Yeah, look, we've been saying it, haven't we, all the first half, we've been missing these big chances. I hope we don't live to regret that. And the whole time we're living to regret it. I can't deny them the goal. It was a really nice goal. The pass through was beautiful. But look, we've just got to be a bit more. We've got that killer instinct, but we're lacking that finishing touch in the box, because we've had three or four real good goal scoring opportunities. Look, these are a good defensive side. I'm sure they're going to tighten up a little bit more now they're winning. But we've shown that we can break them down. We just need to have that killer instinct to finish it off, because that's all we're lacking. That's literally it.
I think they've conceded a couple of goals all season. So I don't know. We're going to have to score early, otherwise it's going to get very difficult. So we'll see what the second half brings. But we're definitely creating enough to think we can go and score. But it's just when these get defensive and we know they're good, can we do it?
How did that go down?
Not really got going at the start of the second half. I think they've come out a little bit better than us. No changes that I can see. I do feel like at half time, the longer it goes on when we don't score, the tougher it's going to be, because these will just completely shut up shop.
Over the hour mark, the game has just gone really, really flat. NOTTS, obviously Gillingham are straightened us down because they're 1-0 up, aren't they? They've got the advantage, but we're just really struggling to break them down. Some of the players are looking a little bit frustrated. Jody especially looking to be one of those frustrated players. Just kind of need to work an opening for ourselves and just make something happen, because it's a little bit lackluster at the moment.
Big miss from Didsey. It was put in, beautiful ball, and he's put it wide. He's been saved by the linesman's flag. We've got 20 minutes. 20 minutes. If it was me, I'd get a bit of pace on. Kellen Gordon, maybe for Grant, who's currently playing on the left-hand side. Looks like he's just actually come out of the dugout and he's starting to warm up now, Gordon. There's heavy discussions with his coaching team and Maynard, so something has to change, but we're growing into it much more. Massive Gillingham penalty shouts. He definitely struck his hand. I'm not sure who it was, but he definitely handball. Whether the ref deems it as, too close with a deflection onto his hand, I don't know. Free kick Gillingham. But I think we might have got away with one there.
Not sure what's happened there. I was just about to do a snip up on the penalty appeal that NOTTS just had, but Maynard's just been given a yellow card. Not really sure why. But yeah, massive penalty shouts there for NOTTS. McGoldrick's chasing it down. He sort of puts it in where he can. Giovanni Brown is chasing down the defender. Ended up getting on McGoldrick's cross. And it looks like he's taken down. I think it could have been a penalty. I'd like to see it on video a little bit clearer, but I do think, from where we're sat, it did look like a penalty. But look, there's just under 15 minutes left to go. We need to get at least a goal here.
Jody Johnson's between three, and the keeper makes a good save. He apologises for not squaring the ball. We've got a corner from it, and Jody's run over to take it. We've got 9 minutes plus whatever added time is put on at the end of the game. Would have been an excellent goal, and maybe you'd say, and he would think he should have done better and put it in the back of the net. So he's going to swing it in. I love Matty Platt to get his head on this. Bedou's a lot of movement from him. It's gone over everyone again, and Diggy's fighting to keep it in, and he does recycle possession. If he keeps his head up, we're still going. Play's slowed down a little bit. Offside given. George called it, to be fair. I think he was waiting on a call from the ref. That is so late, it's unreal. They're discussing it now. I'd rather them just give it offside. They're not going to give on. Yeah, it's going to disallow the goal. Jody's been hacked down. He literally cannot walk. He can't put any weight on his ankle. The ref has said play on, and then he's booked Bedou for absolutely nothing. I mean, look, I'm not saying it's affected the result. Gillian and McCummon put a very, very good performance in. They've done exactly what they needed to get the victory, but there's 3 officials here, and one especially, absolute clowns, that have just spoiled the game. Look, I said earlier, Gillian should have had a penalty for a handball. We should then have had a penalty. I mean, how is it possible
that Jody Jones is limping away, cannot walk, is probably going to be out for a while now, and the ref has said that there's no issue. Maynard's been booked for having words earlier. Terrible official. Saying that, we haven't been able to get a goal. Perfect game plan from Gillingham, but I mean, it's probably the second time this season I think we've had poor officials, and this one's way out his depth. We're not scored, we won't see a game like this again for years. Bedu pretty much on the line plot, we've got a corner. This is unbelievable. We've missed so many chances, so many. I mean,
15 seconds left.
Jody's not even made it halfway around the pitch yet. Cundy's on, obviously for pure height. That was the chance. That's going to be full time.
Scores from League 2. Bradford Dale Wimbledon 11, Colchester 3.
Back in the car, player ratings. I'm disappointed by that, really disappointed. Said to George on the way back to the car, in the long run you don't want to be getting hammered and losing games, but these are almost more frustrating because they're 3 points you definitely could have had. And we just missed chance after chance after chance, if I'm honest. And the second half, we knew they were going to defend well. They did, they defended better. I mean, a block on the line from Bedu in the last minute. What can you say? Great 3 points to them. And yeah, I think Maynard will be happy with our performance for the most part. First time we played a really good side this season, and there we go, we've lost 1-0. 1 loss in 7 is not bad. Let's go through pretty quickly. Alex Bass.
I don't know if you can really fault him for the goal at all.
No.
He's been left a lot to do, hasn't he, really, one-on-one, and the player's just got so much space, he can just take it round him. The only other notable thing I remember him doing is holding on to it for a little bit too long in the second half and just sort of cleared it at that like final second, didn't he?
He'd make a good save in the first half.
Yeah.
I ain't just a 7.
I'm going to give him a 6.5.
Fair enough. Then go to Macari.
I thought he was a bit off it a little bit today at times. He was a little bit loose in possession, but then again, you know, he was linking up okay. Put, you know, a nice ball through. I think it was to Grant. 6.5 again for me.
Yeah, this is a weird one because we lost the game, but I think Platt and Bedu were good.
Yeah, Platt and Bedu were really good.
And I'm going to put them both together, and I'm going to give them both a 7.
Yeah.
I think they were good. Like, they didn't really do too much wrong at all.
Yeah. In
one moment, but might seem weird to give him a 7, but I'm going to give him a 7.
Yeah, I think Platt's solid defensively, and Bedu, I was saying this to you, the freedom that he has on the pitch, he just sort of goes where he wants, and he makes things happen, and also a very good defender. So yeah, I'll agree, 7.
Let's go wing back. This is going to be the probably the most talked about player is Cerula. He's got to score at least 1.
Yeah,
at least 1.
I don't think he played very well today, to be honest with you. I think on another day, another player, or even Cerula on another day, he scores both of those chances. Another player that looked, I think, loose in possession in that first half. You know, a different player in that position in the first half, and the chances that he did have, it would have been a completely different game. We could have been 2-3 up in that first half. I'm not saying it's all on Cerula. But he has some fantastic chances today, and that's what I was talking about earlier on in this video. Lacking that killer instinct, we need to have that.
We should have been 3 up before they even got the chance to score. 6.
I'm going to say 5. I thought he was poor.
Yeah, fair enough. Maybe a 5.5. Jody on the other side. Look, if you weren't at the game, he doesn't look good. It took him nearly 7 minutes to get around the pitch after his injury. The refs wave play on. I've already said my rant about the ref. I've already said I don't think it affected the game. I mean, I think they should have had a penalty. We should have had a penalty. Whatever. I'm not going to talk about them anymore. But if he's not out for at least a month, I'll be surprised.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think the only probably saving grace is that he walked off, didn't he? And he wasn't sort of, you know, stretched off or anything like that, which would make sense if it's, you know, a more serious injury. I'm hoping it's just like a knock or a twist or something like that will be a couple of weeks, but I think you're right. The way he couldn't even put any weight on it, it's probably going to be a longer time. I think he struggled in times in the game because they were doubling up on him, even sometimes tripling up on him. But yeah, he did have a couple of breakthroughs as he does, so I'm going to give him a 7.
I'm going to give him a 7. Then look at the midfield. Abbott, you're excited to see Abbott. He wasn't as he's not
Nowhere near.
he's not lived up to his debut performance yet. Look, he's played the whole game on a yellow because he's reacted to the player tackling him in the first minute, which was a yellow every day. I mean, I thought Abbott could have potentially gone to a red, but he's reacting because the ref hasn't in the first minute given a yellow for a really bad tackle on him. And the ref lost the game from there. I'm gonna give it a 6.
Yeah, I think I'm going to give him a 6 as well. The thing I like about Abbott today, obviously he didn't have the best performance. It was no highlight by any shout, but he was always an option. You know, sort of when we're on the wings. You know, if we needed to cut back and flip to the centre, he's always there. He's always available. He's always open. So I did like that about him. But yeah, in terms of, you know, the levels that I've heard that he was playing on his debut, I don't think he's coming to that level, has he?
No, Matty Palmer bought off. I'm going to give him a 6.5. Still not quite got that 90 minutes in him. I thought his passing range was good. I don't think he did too much wrong. But 6.5 for me.
Yeah, I'll agree with 6.5.
Then let's look at Grant. For me, I really like Grant. I thought he was anonymous today. Yeah, completely anonymous. I don't think he did anything bad. I don't think he did anything really great.
6.
Yeah, just gets a 6 for me.
Yeah.
Only just gets that 6. Dan Crowley. What do you reckon, Dan Crowley?
Look, I think when you come to NOTTS, you know, fans have said it from opposing teams. There's 2 obvious players that you have to look out for. That's Dan Crowley and Jody Jones, and they did a number on them both today. I think they did a really good job of defending against them. But we couldn't score against them today. They've only conceded 2 goals so far in the league this season, and you can see why. Look, we had chances, but at the end of the day, we didn't put them away. So it doesn't really count for much now. So I think you've got to give credit to their defence for that. But yeah, Dan Crowley nowhere near the levels that we saw him against, you know, Grimsby, for example. So I'm gonna have to give him a 6 as well.
I'm going 6.5. 6.5 for him. Didsy then. They knew exactly what to do for him.
Yeah, but
exactly what to do.
I thought he worked really hard today. You know, chasing balls when they're looking like they're lost causes. And look, that nearly led to the penalty shout, didn't it? Which could have led to a goal. And I think, you know, a player like McGoldrick, you wouldn't see many of them doing that. I think he still has that passion for the game, doesn't he? He wants to win. But yeah, like you say, they're on him more so in the first half. I think they were closing him down on the edge of the box. He did have a couple of times in the second half where, you know, he could have got the ball away. But for me, I think he was probably could have made a shout for man of the match today. For me, I'm going to give him a 7.
Yeah, I'm going to go 6.5. I mean, he did work well with what he had to work with. Then goes to subs. Then let's whiz through. Kellen Gordon, not really on long enough. I'm only going to give him a 6. He did create a little bit though. I will give him that. You've then got Sam Austin, who scores a goal or thinks he scores a goal.
And then 3 hours later, it's called as offside.
3 hours?
Yeah.
It's generous. I think it's guesswork. Look, he might well be offside. I'm not complaining, but you put your flag up. I mean, that's your job. Put your flag up. If it's offside, put your flag up. I don't know what they're waiting for. It was all right, 6.5.
Yeah.
Giovanni Brown, you're not happy. You're not that pleased with his performance, are you?
No, I think he's got to grow into it, isn't he? He's not had loads of football, has he? And it's hard to come into a game like that where they're 1-0 up
and where they're sat that deep.
Exactly. So it's difficult for a striker to come on. I think there was probably times where he could have done a little bit better, but like I say, a difficult game to come into, so I don't think it can be probably too harsh on him. I'm probably just going to give him a 6.
Yeah, and then Cundy, who came on late on, you know what? He didn't really do anything, but he's definitely a threat having that height in there, and it makes you wonder what would have happened if Jatta was playing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
We
missed Jatta today.
Oh, 100%, 100%. That wraps up the video then. Let us know what you thought of the game. Let us know your player ratings. Fair play, Gillingham came and did what I expected Gillingham to try and do. It worked. It's our first loss. Is it the end of the world? No. 1 loss in 7. We go again away at Morecambe. You know, what will define this season is how quickly we put this behind us and go to a ground where we should win. I know they're not doing really well, but we should win. And we'll see what happens next Saturday. Please do subscribe to the channel and drop us a like.